Hello, everyone. This is d2kemps here with my husband, Ravlin.
Howdy, yo.
This is a co-op run. I made a mistake, and we are being punished with no J items. So I just gotta hope we get good bosses and good people, so we don't need those illusions and Starvilles and Gaia drums and just all of these items that we're losing. I think we're just about ready. How about you, Ravlin?
I am ready. Are we ready from production to go ahead and go?
I think
All right.
so.
I will count us down. We will start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So the run that we're doing here, we are doing a Forge the Crystal seed, which means that we don't have to find the crystal key item. We actually have to find the legend sword and the adamant key items in order to actually go down and forge the crystal together. So it means that those two otherwise pretty useless key items actually have a use. In the base game, they forge into the Excalibur, which we were just given, which is so awesome when you don't have Cecil, although that is going to incentivize me to go to Mount Ordeals. What Kemps and I are going to do is we're going to split up because there's a lot more locations than there are normally. In the normal game, there are 14 locations for key items. In K3, we have added in the summon locations as well as trap chests as possible locations for key items, so we are all over the place. So we'll be splitting up and telling each other what we find where in order to hopefully make this in under 2 hours. I will say, Kemps, for your benefit, that clearing out all of Baron is 100% worth it for a Gungnir, Masamune, and a Runax, and that Dark Knight Cecil is in the inn and also a Strength Ring in Baron. Oh,
So
goodness.
oh god, yeah, I'm doing Baron as soon as I can. Nothing in Mist so far.
Okay. And the beginning of the game here, early game, we're going to be clearing out a bunch of chests, just trying to sort of get a baseline of items and figure out what we have to work with. And then we're going to start checking key item locations and trap chests, and that is a second Runax, which is, strictly speaking, kind of useless here because we do have glitches enabled, so we will be able to duplicate items and get as many as we want. I'm going to go to the Troya item shops and treasury now, just to get those checked. And then I will head to Damison. Let's see, this weapon, probably useless. Though that extra claw is actually good.
Was there a claw in Baron?
No, but there is an ice claw in Troya, which is like super not worth it, but I sort of committed to selling something and buying.
That's fair.
There are life potions in Troya as well, in the regular item shop.
Okay.
The special item shop has Ether 2s. Ooh, that's actually good to know. Please write that down, because I will forget in about 5 minutes.
Yep.
And this run is not 5 minutes long.
Yeah. So Porum is in Kaipo.
Okay. Good to know. So some of the other flags that we are working with, characters, their locations where you can recruit them are randomized. Come back here, you Samurai Glove. I want you. Our treasure chests are particularly good. They can contain literally anything in the game. For an example, I just found a heroine robe in the Troya treasury, as well as crystal armor. Is that what I found? Yes, crystal armor. Those are both pretty good endgame items. Pretty good. They're some of the best. So our treasure chests are pretty wild. Our shops are only randomized on 2, which means that they are fairly balanced in the randomization, so the later in a game an item shop is, the better the items it will have in general. Have you gone to Damison yet?
No.
All right, I'm headed there. Damison will do two things. There is a treasury with some pretty decent chests, and we also get to turn Edward's dead girlfriend into a flotation device.
Heroine was in Troya.
Correct.
Okay.
From here, by the way, Damison was bombarded, and the contents of all of the chests are likely to have moved during bombardment. Ooh, there is an Avenger sword in the bottom of Damison. The Avenger sword, for those who are not familiar, is a two-handed sword which automatically casts the Berserk status on the character equipping it. Berserk in this game is really good. It increases your damage fairly significantly because Berserk also applies the haste status, so you're moving faster, and there is also no input lag from someone like... All right, and here is Edward's dead girlfriend. She's dead. She's faded away. We walk away, and then in fades a hovercraft, so I presume I just turned her into a flotation.
Okay, so there's Lilith and Change Rods in Mist. There's cabins in Kaipo. And with that Lilith Rod, I'm going to go ahead and make infinite money.
Okay. I'm actually going to go check out Antlion Cave now.
Sure.
Occasionally, you will hear a little sound after I open a chest. That is me throwing the item back into the chest because it's junk and I don't want to deal with it. That is something that people have asked me in the past. So I'm going into Antlion Cave. It is one of the traditional key item spots in the game. But in this randomization, ooh, there is a crystal sword. I always find crystal swords in these seeds in Antlion Cave. So this antlion could give me any reward of a key item. It could give me one of the rewards from a summon boss. So like it could give me the Leviathan summon. It could give me any treasure from a lunar boss or from a trapped chest. And as I have learned in this game, trapped chests are wildly varying in their quality. Some of them are great and some of them are not. All right, so I'm going to go and head down to Antlion. What Kemps is doing right now is an item duplication glitch. I will be doing it at some point, almost certainly, at which point I will a little bit more fully explain it. But the basic idea is that the Super Nintendo can't really handle negative numbers very well, and we take raucous advantage of that.
I'm gonna go grab the stuff in Baron, and then go to Hobbs.
Sounds good. All right, so I'm going to throw some actually pretty decent equipment on my characters here before I fight this boss. Now, this boss can be any boss in the game except for Zeramis. Zeramis is guaranteed to be at the end of the game, no matter what.
That'd be awful.
Well, you know, if he only had 400 HP, it wouldn't be that bad at all.
Yeah, 400 HP and immune.
So we are going to fight Rubicante early, which is good. He is weak to ice, but only when his coat is open. So I'm going to put on the other Ice Claw on Yang and hope to two-shot this boss, and I didn't, and I'm sad about it.
Holy goodness, there is just a lot of stuff in Baron.
T4 is a good flag. Rubicante went down pretty easily. All of the bosses take on the stats of the location that they are at. So Rubicante is an endgame boss, but instead he has very early game stats. And that is the Darkness Crystal in Antlion Cave.
Okay.
I am not going to the moon right now. I just want to make that clear.
Okay.
Typically in these seeds, Kemps and I end up branching off in different places, and I tend to go for the moon fairly early. I am not in a position to go for the moon right now. I could go and get a free character, but that's not quite worth the cutscene in my head. In my mind, I don't think it is worth the cutscene. So you are headed to where?
Hobbs.
Hobbs, all right. I'm going to go check Fabul.
Okay.
So on Mount Hobbs, where Kemps is going, he is able to look and see what character is there and what boss it is.
It's
And
Kane.
see Kane? And what is the boss?
I think it's... Yeah, it's Waterhag.
Oh, well then, I am going to pause my Fabul, and I'm going to go get Kane right now.
Yep.
Because I also have a Gungnir. In this, there are also several free bosses. Because in the actual story of the game, they are free fights. Waterhag is one of them. It is the one that Edward fights after he's sleeping in Kaipo, and his dead girlfriend's ghost comes and talks to him and tells him to be strong, and the thing dies in 3 hits. So with these particular flags, this boss will die after I hit it 3 times.
Yep. And now Palom knows Ice 2, which is going to make Rubicante a lot easier.
Yes, you will probably one-shot Rubicante. I did not do that.
Oh,
Yes.
wait, I actually have a lot of equipment for you.
So yes, Anna is now telling us to believe in ourselves and be strong.
I'm going to check all of Hobbs.
Sounds good. I'm going to leave unless you tell me there's like an adamant armor here.
Yeah. Change rod, not good enough. Especially when we have Lilith rods. There's a white shirt, and it's the closest thing to anything worthwhile. It's not worth grabbing.
White shirts are, in general, a pretty good piece of armor, but in terms of Ravlin here wants to go fast, I'm just going to ignore it and move on. If I go... Actually, I would like to go to Baron Inn, and can you go to Fabul instead?
I'm gonna go get the Darkness Crystal and see who's on the moon.
Fair. So the reason I'm slightly changing my idea here is that I want Dark Knight Cecil, and I actually desire to go do Mount Ordeals. I know, everyone in the chat is probably flaming me because Ordeals is awful, but I've got
Someone's
the
gotta
Crystal
do it.
Sword. I've got the Crystal Sword, and I've got the Avenger. Like, it's so good. Cecil is going to be so good for me here. Now let's just hope that these fights are good to me. This is a lunar boss. The lunar boss in this slot can either be great or basically nothing. And I appreciate you taking away half of my health, Ogopogo. Thank you. That's going to make this next fight so awful. Oh god, no, that was more than...
Was there anything else other than the Crystal Sword and Dwarf Axe in...
The Crystal Sword was the big thing.
Okay. I did see Masamune as well, but yeah, Crystal Sword is a big thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Masamune, sorry. Forgot about that. Details, dear.
It's not a big deal.
All right, so that first boss was a little heinous, and oh god, is this the Fabul Gauntlet?
Guess who thought Palom was going to go before, Yang was going to go before Palom and accidentally attacked rather than using
All
Ice 2.
right, so when did I most recently... oh god, reset, there we go. Save, because that Fabul Gauntlet is not going to happen right now. Let me go try actual Fabul and get a couple of levels. Maybe this will be a little easier. Whoops. I am going to return to that at a later time. Maybe when I have things like actual life potions and cures.
I thought you picked up life potions. Did you not have money at the time?
I didn't have money at the time, and I haven't duped anything yet.
Okay.
Details.
Yep.
I should arguably be equipping Kane with the Avenger Sword right now, but some of these bosses can be really bad if you just auto-attack them. As an example, CPU here would be evil for me to deal with if I was if I just had an auto-attacking cane, which is why I don't use the Avenger Sword more when arguably I probably should. And now I really hope Yang doesn't attack. Oh, crap. Well, that's bad. So Globe 199 does lots of damage.
Yes, it does. Avenger Sword was in the back of Troya, correct?
I think so. Crap. I'm just going to call that a loss. Take that L and try that one again.
You didn't tell me about the Stardust Rod
What's Stardust Rod?
in the back of Troya.
Missed
Did you
that
not
one.
check the back of Troya?
Oh, I don't check the chests in the town of Troya usually at all.
Okay, there's a Stardust Rod in the back of Troya.
Ah, good to know. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why we do it differently. He checks things I don't.
That's going to make this a lot easier. Like, basically everything. A lot easier.
That makes a wild assumption that I exactly remember how to get to all of those chests. I know it's a thing. I'll figure it out. Or more accurately, I'm going to hope to just go get Cecil and then Crystal through everything.
That's fair.
Yang, can you not do 40 damage a hit, please? That'd be great. Love Rav. Love Rav, please just don't do 40 damage a hit. And if you take that to mean do 30 damage, you did 40 damage a hit again. I honestly cannot believe that I rolled exactly the same number twice. Yes, early game Yang is one of those. He is a giant tank, and that's great. However, he doesn't do much damage. But Yang scales with experience points and levels phenomenally. He is my preference if I get an adamant armor to throw the adamant armor onto Yang.
Since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and check the Zot trap chest and the first boss of Zot.
Oh, sounds good. Black shirt for defending Fabul.
Okay, so not worth it. Are you? Can you check the throne room items, please?
I am also going to check the items at the bottom of Sheila's tower.
Well, obviously, but the throne room items are the important ones.
I suppose they are the ones you can't get to unless you defend Fabul. I get
Yep.
it. I get it.
The first chest in Zot is the chest we need.
Those chests are useless. Let me check the pot. Nope. Do not loot Fabul.
Okay.
Don't waste your time. Okay.
Zot trap chest is not worth it.
Sounds good. No. That off. I'm going to check the item shop in Silveria. Let's see. From here, trying to think. There are more life potions in Silveria. I sell a few things. And I'm selling partially to get the crap out of my inventory.
Don't always throw everything out when we're getting it, unfortunately.
Okay, life potions, I feel a lot better about the entire game now. One of the things I will be attempting to do this game is life tricking on enemies that I have to fight in order to gain some more experience, because that means that I have to do less grinding elsewhere. If I'm already fighting the enemies, I might as well use the life trick. I have now found another Masamune.
I have now found another rune axe. There's also a white spear in the Zot. Not that you need it.
Yeah, that's fine. There's also oh, what did I literally just pick up? I picked up a Stardust Rod myself
Okay.
in Silveria. Actually, what I will do is I will set up my own item duplicate.
Piggy Smalls is the first boss of Zot.
Okay. Piggy Smalls is a boss that makes you into pigs, makes you small. It's very creatively named. I'm going to go do Ordeals because I want Cecil and I need some XP before I go deal with it.
Yep.
That's useless. So there is a couple of minutes here. If there are donations that would like to be read, I can shut up. Anytime they would like to be donations to be read, someone can just tell me to shut up and I will do so.
Yeah, that's fair.
Until then, I will do my best to keep talking and make sure that nobody explodes.
Yep.
Although there might be a mom bomb fight coming up, so who knows? I would laugh if this was mom bomb. It's not. It's going to be the 4 elemental fiends. One fun thing about this fight is that it is possible to end it early if you end up doing too much damage to it, and the HP refill and transition from the first 2 elements to the last 2 elements is a counterattack. And if that counterattack, if they are killed before that counterattack happens, the fight ends real quick. Righty, so chain here. What do we got? Oh, Miss Dragon is on Mount Ordeals. This is important to know. Miss Dragon in this one unlocks another key item for us. Typically in the game, in the base game, you would end up going to Edward in Toria, also known as Bedward, because he is in bed, and that is the most useful he is ever in the actual game.
I'm not checking weapon shops anymore, by the way.
Sounds good. And Edward would give you a free key item. In this one, that key item does not exist on Edward. It instead exists on Rydia's mom, which I will give you a rousing rendition of my favorite song, Rydia's Mom, when I go check Rydia's mom after I kill this Miss Dragon.
She does have it going on, in case you're wondering.
Don't give it away. You gotta let me have my thing. It's my thing, right?
Eh.
Thanks, dear. Love you too. So
It's the big whale!
Oh, you're going to the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, I do have the stream open. I could just look over and actually see the big moon.
Yep.
The whale, not the moon. Kemps occasionally has a problem with not using nouns in sentences. I often have the problem of using the wrong noun in a sentence.
Yep.
And let's see, my Black Mage Palom has just earned Virus, which is one of the best damaging spells in the game, and will be his main source of damage, basically until he gets Quake, and you will see why he has earned the nickname Quake Kid.
It's the
it is
only
what
important thing he does.
He casts Quake, and the key item on Mount Ordeals is a Sand Ruby. Sand Ruby is Porum, correct?
Yep.
And the boss is Ashura. Let's see if I can do enough damage to her before. Oh,
With a Gungnir? Almost certainly.
No, better with a Rune Axe. She's weak to that.
Oh, right.
Ashura is a boss that can be super, super trolly because she counterattacks with heals. Like Cure 4 level heals. Big heals. So one of the common tactics is to cast Reflect on her, and then she's healing you after you, which is pretty great, actually. So I was
Shop
not
has
able to...
Cure 3s and Pass.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So-
and I have a blank text box. That's fun.
Legitimately everything we need from shops has been found.
Yeah, because I don't have any sirens. If someone could post in chat a meme from the guy from the dad from Fairly Odd Parents pointing to his trophy and say that's where I would keep my sirens if I had any. Can someone do that for me, please? That'd be great. Audience, you have a job. If someone is able to post that and then actually link it to me specifically in a DM, I will donate an extra $5.
Hey, guess what?
What?
Rose is on the moon. I'm not getting Sand Ruby.
Are you not going to get Cecil with Crystal then?
I might not.
Oh.
Um,
but Cecil with
I'm
Crystal
not
is...
turning in Sand Ruby is what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's just what's not happening.
That's fine.
I might get him.
I was going in Mysidia to, check the item shop and forgot that there was going to be a big cutscene and get the big whale. Good job, me.
We're at the point where we need to do... well, unless Miss Dragon is specifically something very important.
Or Baronin.
Or Baronin. Bow. Samurai arrows. Good. Ninja. Even. Cool.
All right. Now that I can actually go in and check this item shop. Hey, Cure 2 potions. You're helpful.
Remember, Cure 3's on the moon.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on going to the moon quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few Cure 2 potions to tide me over. Because I am now going to Baron Inn and grabbing my absolute biggest source of damage now for the entire game.
I'm going to do Eblin Castle.
Great. So real quick, I am going to turn encounters on because I am going to dupe this Stardust Rod and get basically infinite money by underflowing the number. My understanding is that I am underflowing the number of Stardust Rods. The Super Nintendo cannot handle negative numbers, like literally at all. I did turn those on, right? Yes, I did. Okay, just give me an encounter, please. There you go. There are actually several of the glitches in this game are based around underflowing numbers, and right there, I actually just did a dupe, and I now have 255 Stardust Rods. Yes, it was that easy, and yes, it was that dumb.
Yep, it's very easy.
Like, I don't even have words for how dumb that actually is. I dragged an empty item slot up to Porum's hand, and then I dragged his hand down to that empty item slot. That was it. The good news here is that with Ogopogo now, I will actually be able to use some Cure 2 potions and not have an awful time of things. I hope. And for the Fubul Gauntlet battles, Palom is going to have Virus, which is hopefully going to take care of things a little bit better. This is a battle that I could life trick on, except I believe in this location there is no XP awarded. It's been a long time since I've actually gotten the Fubul Gauntlet specifically here, because typically you get XP between each battle, but as you can see, there's no XP being awarded here, so it's not worth me trying to life trick them because it will literally do nothing. Like, just nothing. And frankly, I'm not all about doing nothing here. Palom with a Stardust Rod is ridiculously overpowered.
Yep. These are the facts.
These are the facts of life. I am looking over at chat every so often. just to see what people are saying, and I did see, oh my god, that virus. That is the correct response. Oh my god, that virus. Yes, actually, one thing I do want to shout out is Boardface, who is the sort of the lead on making the Free Enterprise randomizer, and all of the people who work on the randomizer. In particular, Scala Kitty has created a special surprise that you will see at the end of our run here. The entire Free Enterprise racing community is probably my favorite online community of all time, ever. And I don't say that lightly. I am a researcher who researches online communities. That's my job in real life. And the Free Enterprise community is great. There is a great website and a great Discord community, and they're super welcoming of new folks. The hook is in Baron Inn. I would recommend doing Baron Inn.
Well, yeah, that's basically required, probably.
So yeah, just to follow up on that, like the whole community here is great. Newbies, if you have questions, you will get answers from the top runners of the game. You know, whoever happens to be in the Discord at the time, which could be basically anyone. You know, they will help you. They will walk you through things. They will answer your questions. You know, if you get stuck with something, they will help you out. So just this community is great. They're basically my favorite. And, you know, I would not be here if the community around this game wasn't so awesome. And that's basically the long and the short of it. Why am I going to re-equip the gun mirror? It's bad. It's worse. That. And do I have anything better for you? No, I don't.
2 out of 3 of the trap chests are nothing.
Okay. There we go. So I've done Town of Baron. All right. So I am going to go pick up this. I am going to go check Rydia's mom. I nearly forgot that I had done that.
Yeah, you should do that.
All right. And here's my little tribute. Rydia's mom has got it going on. She's all I want, and I've waited for so long. Rydia, can't you see? You're just not the girl for me, because I'm in love with Rydia's mom. And she gives me the twin harp. How musical. You know what? I'm going to go do twin harp right now because the sound is coming through mine, and I want to show off one of those really fun features of this game. So the twin harp opens up Cave Magnus, which is a great, great place to be. And it has one of my favorite little Easter eggs of the Free Enterprise randomizer. So we will get to show that off. But first, I need to catch myself a black chocobo. Get back here. This time it didn't escape from me. They tend to be slippery bugs. All right. And you will notice that I am probably saving more than is reasonable. I have gotten burned by not saving a couple of times, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen again.
There's nothing in Evelyn Castle.
Awesome. That is one less place that I have to go. Thanks, dear.
Yep.
I suppose I could be checking these chests. With a T4 randomization, these chests could literally hold a crystal sword or adamant armor. But I am actually pretty pleased with my gear at this point, so I'm not super invested in checking every single chest. But I will check some occasionally as I either A, remember to, or B, see them and get distracted by the shiny things.
You said what Rydia's mom was, and I immediately forgot. A harp.
Twin harp.
Okay.
The conceit of this dungeon is that it is magnetic, and Dark Elf is highly magic resistant, so you're not actually able to damage him with magic. You automatically lose the first fight, and then Bedward wakes up, does something with the twin harp, and I am going to let the game speak for itself at this point. And we will listen to the music that Edward has for us, and this music will weaken the Dark Elf and allow us to actually use our metallic weapons. It disperses the magnetic.
I am in Baron Inn, by the way.
All right, and we can hear that music that I think we heard in the last game. Or no, is that from Super Mario World? I'm gonna need someone to double check that on me. I'm not a huge Mario player. I did see someone in the chat. So I do have the crystal armor equipped on Cecil. I would actually prefer at the end not to have that on Cecil for the reason that crystal armor protects against Berserk. I can equip the Avenger Sword on Cecil instead, and that will override that. But the crystal armor does not allow for the Berserk status. And we see the power of the crystal sword. It's real good.
It's
And
real
then
good.
Due to XP rubber banding there, we have Cecil, who has gained some absurd number of levels and caught up with everyone else. And let's see if this item is worth it. It is a Leviathan. You do not need to do Cave Magnus, dear.
Wait. It's Magma Key?
You do not need to do Cave Magnus.
Cave Magnus. Sorry, you said cave. I heard Cave Eblin.
And normally you would use the exit spell to leave here. However, I do not have it. So I get to do the Walk of Shame. All right, so remind me where you are right now?
In Baron Inn.
Okay. I think at this point I am going to head to the underground and do my best with that. I will take a quick stop off to grab Rosa, though, because having a white mage at this point in the game would be useful, and Rosa is just strictly better than Porum.
Yeah, these are the facts.
And I've already seen the big cutscene for the Lunar Whale, so I don't need to do that. So there are two main healers in this game, Porum, one of the twins, and Rosa. Rosa is basically better in every way, mostly because she actually has an HP pool.
Yep.
Like that is the long and the short of it. Rosa's gonna survive. At the end of the game, we will be fighting Zeramis. And Zeramis does this wonderful move called Big Bang, which does a lot of damage. I know that's a really shocking revelation based on the name of the ability. I know you would expect it to do actually very little, just create the entire universe. But that Big Bang does a lot of damage, and at equal levels, Rosa's far more likely to survive and actually be able to heal the party, which is, funny enough, kind of important.
I am also headed to Cave Magnus because it's literally all we have left.
No, don't do Cave Magnus.
Not Cave Magnus, Cave Eblin. Eblin Cave. The place we're supposed to go right now. The only
Now
place we
it's
can do.
So that's not entirely true. We could try to do some
Of the
trap
moon?
chests on the moon.
No.
I'm currently level 20-ish. You should not be on the moon at level 20. So we're not going to do the moon.
Especially since we don't have hourglasses.
Yeah,
To
if we
do
had
hair
hourglasses, I would go do the hair dryers. That would be great.
Yep.
And I would life trick them, and then like I'd get a whole bunch of XP. But you know,
Can't do it.
because you made a mistake, dear, you got the whole community wanting to go against Japanese content.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
It's all your fault.
It's all my fault. But it's fine.
Oh yeah.
I am now in cave.
So there are two, in sort of traditional old school Final Fantasy way, there are basically three worlds. There's the overworld, there is the underground, and then there is the moon. There are two ways to get to the underground.
Not a chest in the first room or anything. Sorry.
Okay. That's fine. Interrupt me as you will, dear.
It's important.
I know. That's why I'm giving you permission to do so.
Speaking of interruptions, can I butt in for a minute?
Of course.
Absolutely.
We have some donations piled up here, so I'm going to make my way through here. Mr. Cab donated $100 and $115, I should say,
Woohoo!
with a comment that says thumbs up emoji. And we should also note that with that donation, that unlocks the 100% Dusk Child run, which is very exciting.
Neither of the items in the second area are worthwhile.
Go ahead.
We also have $5 from Dorkmaster Fleck, who says the only Hank for Power Up of Pride is Rainbow Hank. And Blaze sends $20 saying free enterprise is an amazing, inclusive community that I'm proud to be a part of. Good luck to the runners and looking forward to many quacks.
Poison Claw in the fourth chest. The fourth area, rather.
Killing Pepsi sends $5 and says shoutouts to this marathon. Thank you. Shoutouts to shoutouts. Bones Nail sends $25 and says, what a good night for some cozy free enterprise. To all my fellow LGBTQ plus folks, you are amazing, and I hope 2019 brings you joy. And lastly, Ground Flyer sends $25 and says, I'm happy to donate to such an important cause. Thank you for putting all this together. You rock.
Oh, Lord Almighty. I'm kind of riding the struggle bus with this trap chest because they, for some reason, when a stale man hits Cecil, he puts him to sleep. Don't understand. But thank you for all those wonderful donations. We really do appreciate it. And, oh God, is this going to be clutch at like 3 HP? Oh, crap. Maybe not. Nope. Nope, that's bad. That's bad. I died to the trap chest. Good
Trap
job.
chest is crystal armor.
Well, glad I don't have to redo it.
I mean, it's XP that you're not getting.
I'll live. Or I won't. It'll be fine.
Sorry for cutting it off, Ariel. I was going to forget if I didn't tell him right then. Not that it matters, he's in literally the same place that I am.
No, I'm now a little bit behind you.
But in the same area.
Yeah, basically. Oh, wrong poison thing. That was the poison. I really don't need crystal armor, considering that there was crystal armor in the other chest.
There's
Right
crystal
above
armor everywhere.
So
Hi,
I
Rydia.
will- Oh, really?
Yep.
I don't want to deal with Rydia.
Don't you have a full party?
Yeah, I do. I'm not going to take her. I just like complaining sometimes.
Okay,
You know this. You married me.
I'm aware. Yeah.
And we're going to save here just in case things go wonky again. Although, you will be checking chests ahead of me, so you'll find that Mad Ogre chest before I do. All right, Scalakitty has sent me the meme that I asked for, so I will be donating $5 at the end of this run. One mechanic that you will get to see here in just a moment, at least from me, I'm not sure if you saw it on Kemp's screen, is that when you have 5 characters and another character joins, you are actually given the option of who you would like to discard, and I am going to send Rydia back. I don't need Rydia. Right? Oh, Crystal Helm. That's actually kind of nice for Cecil. So he can actually have some more defense.
Oh, God.
Weird.
What don't I need? This is difficult.
I don't know what you don't need, dear. We have different parties now.
I know. We have very different parties.
That is one of the advantages of doing a co-op run, is that often, because one of us will do content that the other one will then not need to do, we'll end up with different parties, and our Zeramus strats might end up entirely different.
I don't know why I kept this crystal armor.
I don't know why I just accidentally kept that Dreamer harp that I opened in a chest.
Second heroine is the last chest in the first screen.
Yep. Oh, I am not sure I can handle a monster chest if I grab it. This is one of the dangers of having no Japanese items. I don't have an hourglass, which would cast stop on everything and make my life simpler.
Oh, that's not the way I wanted to go.
I do not get these things. And I blame you, dear.
Yeah, it's me. It's my fault. Blame me all you want, dear.
There should have been a trap chest here somewhere.
It can be after the boss.
Oh, I suppose I've never actually had a run where I cared about the trap chest where it was after the boss. These two bosses can be heinous. Oh, is that Leviathan? That is Leviathan. Let's see how this goes. Considering my white mage is not very powerful. Okay, this actually looks fairly manageable. Especially Cecil with this sword here is just going to do stupid damage. Particularly for this point in the game. Although I didn't see what Kane's damage was. Kane's damage is also going to be probably pretty good because of jump, and the Gangnir Spear will be helping it. Big Wave always does percentage damage, which leads to situations like that where I've got people who are crouching and sad at me. Yay, Leviathan's dead.
Cool. I'm duping the Stardust Rods and the Elven Bow real quick.
Have fun.
Yeah.
The next boss is going to be, I believe, Mylon Z. Also, storyline here, in the game, Edge would acquire Flood and Blitz there. The next battle is Mylon and his 4 ghasts. So this is a less frightening battle than it could be, although Mylon will start going crazy once his 4 friends are dead. So hopefully I'm going to try to kill Mylon and leave one of the ghasts alive. But we'll see how that goes when Cecil's critting for 8k damage. About that. That much damage is actually a little terrifying.
I didn't turn off encounters.
Good job, dear.
That's fine. The last chest before the fight was the trap chest.
Well, let me know what it was, because I clearly missed it.
Yep.
Oh, no, Cecil, what are you doing? No. You're not going to cure anyone. You're going to hit things with your sword. That is your job here, Cecil. Hit things with a sword. As you can see, this fight is really not that frightening. He's casting a lot of lit ones, which is doing fairly minimal damage. Drain spells are doing effectively. And my Rosa is not actually useful right now. So this is a pretty good time for donations, as we are both just sort of in fights that are kind of grindy. Just a casual 9,000 damage there from Cecil. Oh. This is probably the undead version. Can I cure to him? We'll find out. I have been spending more of my life getting a PhD than I have. I cannot cure to him. Don't do that. than I have playing Free Enterprise, so there are a few details that have started to slip my mind just a little bit.
Yep.
One of the interesting things is that all of these battles have the same HP as the regular boss. The regular boss in this space is Rubicante, and Rubicante has 1 health pool, but clearly this fight had 5 health pools. So what it does is it splits that health, but it doesn't split it evenly. It uses the ratio that is in the game normally for the Mylon and Ghasts. So Board, I presume, has done the calculation of Mylon has, I don't know, 70% of the HP, and the other 30% are among the Ghasts. So it splits it up that way, which is why Mylon is taking a while.
It's worthwhile for me, not for you.
What is it?
Bahamut.
Ah, you took Rydia.
Yep.
So here we're going to see a actually pretty major deviation between the two of us. So I have gone into the Cecil Crystal Sword route, and he has gone into the Rydia Bahamut. Rydia's last summon that she gets in the game possible is Bahamut, which casts Mega Nuke. We will likely encounter Bahamut as a boss and face nukes. If we face a Mega Nuke, we done screwed up. So hopefully we won't. But that Mega Nuke is a ridiculously powerful spell that might actually... He might finish the Mylon fight before I do. The Bahamut is going to be more powerful early in the seed, and then the Crystal Sword will scale far better as the seed goes on.
Absolutely.
Oh my god, Mylon, please die. Please die. Oh, well, Mylon's last friend has gone, and he's going to gain a little bit of power here.
Let's just do this. That's fine.
As you can see, he's now hitting Palom, and that hurt.
Whenever you want to be dead, Leviathan, I support that decision on your part.
Look, you're going to clear through Mylon faster than I. And for those wondering, I am still using Cure 2 items because Rosa does not have a good curing spell yet. Oh, my body! There we go. Mylon is dead. And I am able to move on. So once we get into the underground, this is going to be another place where Kemps and I are going to splinter off, because there are a lot of places to cover in the... Oh my god, Rosa just gained 16 levels in one battle. Nice. There are a lot of things to cover here in the underground. So I'm going to go to the Feymarch and then go touch Yang, but I am not going to do any of those trap chests. All right there?
Yep.
So the reason I do the Feymarch first is because there is a chance that that key item is the pan, which then makes the trip down into Sylph Cave a little bit better. So yeah, the Underworld is one area in Free Enterprise where you get a lot of freedom. The traditional key item spots, the Feymarch and going and talking to Yang, are sort of free key item spot. I can speak the English language today, as we can totally tell, right?
So I'm going to get a full heal here, which is why I didn't cabin.
Right. Between those two bosses, you do get a full heal, which is kind of awesome. And I almost just went to Sylph Cave despite saying out loud more than once I was going to Feymarch, also known as the Land of Summoned Monsters. I am also going to do a little recon on what the summon bosses are here. In the main story, if you come down here with Rydia after she has turned into an adult because of bullcrap time things, I'm going to call it.
Timey-wimey stuff.
Wibbly wobbly timey-wimey bits.
Yep.
You can fight her parents and get their power. Sort of the long and the short of that. Baron Key is in Feymarch.
Okay.
Or Land of Summoned Monsters, sorry. I would like to be specific.
Yep.
And the item shop here has cabins. I did not have cabins.
Cabins were in Kaipo.
I have not been to Kaipo yet.
I definitely told you they were in Kaipo.
I know, I just haven't been there yet, dear.
Yeah, that's
We're
fair.
taking different routes, remember? We talked
Yep. Yeah, we talked about it.
All right. The summons down here are Mom Bomb and Baigen, which are two things that I am going to nope the heck away from right now until I get a few more levels.
I thought you were supposed to go down quicker than this, Mylon. What are you doing?
How many Mega Nukes has he eaten?
2?
Well, make him eat 3 more.
I'm not sure I have the MP for that many, to be honest.
There is another crystal armor. There is a protect ring in the 4 chests at the bottom of the Land of Summoned Monsters. That protect ring is actually quite valuable. Funny enough, it has a lot of defense. I know that's really shocking with something called a protect ring.
Yep. You said it was in one of the chests in the Land of Summoned Monsters?
Correct, at the very bottom. That little group of 4.
Yeah, on your way out.
Correct. From here, so Sylph Cave is one of those places that I kind of really, really hate in this because there are 7 trap chests down here.
I believe that is correct, yes.
There are 7. That's evil. Now, I do not have the pan, so by going and talking to Yang, I have activated his wife, Sheila, in Fabul to have a key item. I am going to hold on to that for a moment. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go do I'm going to make sure that I have the warp spell. I do not. I am not going to go do the Dwarf Castle yet until I have warp.
I do have the warp spell, so I'll go ahead and do the Dwarf Castle.
Okay. I'm going to go talk to Sheila then. And then do Baron.
Okay.
Since I'll be above ground. And again, that's one of the nice things about doing a co-op run. With the warp spell after Dwarf Castle, you can take advantage of some, I'm going to call it
Interesting choices?
efficient programming and memory choices.
Yes.
Later in the game, you get, so what it's supposed to be is you get the Luca key from after defeating the boss, and then you have to go through the sealed cave to go get a different crystal. The crystal room behind the dwarf castle and at the end of the sealed cave is the same room. So if you have the warp spell, you can warp back in there and get the key item. First Sheila item is a second protect ring, which, while nice, not what I needed.
No.
All right, so we are about at the 1 hour mark, a little bit before, which actually pretty well jives with what's going on, in my opinion. At this point, we are looking for the 2 key items that we do not have yet, and that's fine because as far as I'm concerned, I have an endgame viable party. I don't need any other characters, so I'm not looking for that. I am looking for key items, and I'm looking for experience points. Everything else at this point is secondary. I am even very comfortable with the state of my equipment. So I'm going to be skipping most of the chests that you see around me. I am in I need the crystal mode because we also know that the pass is on the moon. Hey, dear, I remembered. You didn't have to write that one down.
I did write it down, though.
Thank you. There's no guarantee that I'll remember again in 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. Cure 3s and Ether 2s in Dwarf Castle, if you haven't gotten them yet.
Cool. Thank you. I'm curious to find out what that boss is going to be.
It is a moon boss.
Oh, wonderful. Moon bosses can either be pretty innocuous, or it could be Plague, which is like my least favorite thing.
I mean, I'm fine with Plague.
It's just obnoxious.
Yeah. However,
So King and Queen Evelyn are in Baron. They are another one of the free bosses that I was mentioning earlier. They are a scripted fight. They are Edge's parents. They have become monstrous for reasons that are fairly unclear to me, actually. And they come to their senses and they end up committing suicide and allowing Edge to continue forward. This is not really a, family-friendly game in a lot of ways. Lots of characters die in this game. But it was actually quicker for me to just defeat them normally based on the HP that they had and the equipment that I have.
it's Plague, by the way.
Oh, sorry, dear.
Well, you don't get a full heal before it, so I'm just going to kill someone beforehand.
And the second boss in Baron is Odin.
Okay.
Which went down in 2 hits. Kind of not a thing. Yeah, FF4 in particular likes killing off a lot of characters. There are versions of FF4 where you can get some and or all of them back again later. So they kind of don't really die. Sid is the character. I am not going to get him. Sid is good as an HP tank and as an archer if you have Artemis arrows and Artemis bow. Otherwise, he's just kind of slow. And he'll hit things with an axe. Woo! Normally in the game, after defeating these bosses, is when you would get the enemies. We already have it. So
Yep.
instead, we go look in a pot, and the pot gives us a key item.
Yep.
So we check the trash can in there,
Mm-hmm.
which is a power whip.
Cool. Glad I'm doing this.
I am glad for you. So I'm actually going to head back in, and then I'm going to make sure that I saved. I probably did, but you know what? Let's just be extra super duper careful here. And I'm going to go check the Odin spot. Odin is one of the summons, and I think he's going to be slightly more handleable as a spot than the Land of Summon Monsters spots. Also, I know I'm making a lot of people twitch because I'm not actually getting any of these items. Red is Dark Imps. Dark Imps. So these are a deceptive fight. As you can see, these Dark Imps hit like a truck. They're also really fast. So I'm going to hope.
Legs down.
Good job. Oh, God. Well, if Quake doesn't do anything, then I'm just gonna... Nope. Nope, that's gonna be a little reset there. Not a reset of the timer, so don't panic on that one. This is just Rav going, nope. Odin's kind of a problem. Okay. Have you beaten Dwarf Castle yet? Seen what the item is?
Nope.
I'm gonna go start looking at the tower. I do not have the tower key, but I'm going to start finding those traps.
I'm gonna need you to stop gathering the water, Kanizo, please. Pretty please. Thank you.
So the enemy that I'm fighting now is an alert that's going to summon things, and I'm going to try to kill them and then life trick off of them to gain some XP, because that's really what I'm missing right now, in my opinion, is experience points. I just need to get a few levels on my characters.
Kanizo's down. In case you're wondering, Rydia growing up does two things. It changes her sprites and learns her several summons. It also removes the ability for her to equip white things, white mage armor. It does not increase her health level. She's gaining levels in the base game. That's why she's higher health when you get her. And that's the big thing it doesn't do that everyone thinks it does.
So the first trap chest in the tower is on the right-hand side, is the rat tail. It is on the right-hand side of the very first room. The next trap chest is the very first treasure chest in the very next room, in case you're wondering.
Dwarf Castle is Excalibur.
Great.
I know. Inside Dwarf Castle is Pan now. Sorry, inside Sealed Cave is Pan.
Okay, I'm going to need you to check that pan.
That's what I'm doing.
Because the great thing is, if the pan is not worth it, I can skip it, and I won't have to do Dwarf Castle at all. Ow. Ooh, Artemis arrows. Thanks. Thanks,
I'd like
game.
Artemis arrows. Where are they?
Second trap chest in the... where am I at? The tower.
Tower, yeah. You're the one that's supposed to get them wrong, not forget nouns.
You know what? I've had a long day. I've had a long day. I've graded students, which made me sad because they weren't good. What do you want?
Sylph's Blizzard.
Spear?
Yeah, Blizzard don't care.
Yeah. Go. Life kicking off of those is still useful. I just grabbed another Stardust Rod, which actually just undid my... It rolled me over to 0 because I never actually sold those Stardust Rods. Ooh, Light Spear.
We already have one of those.
You already have one of those.
Oh, well, I told you about it. You apparently just didn't pick it up.
No, I don't know where those chests in Troy are. I'm actually bad at this game. I am looking for
What am I doing?
Chest.
Wait, I can say no. I out of like muscle memory went directly to the throne room.
Yeah, no, just go Sheila and see if that pan is worth it.
That's what I'm doing. Fortunately, you can say no.
And walk away.
Yep.
Nope, you're under attack, and I'm in your castle, and I'm sort of trapped here until you're not under attack, but I'm not going to help. I'm gonna sit
Tower
here.
key. Which means I have to go check that.
Yeah. But I am checking the last trap chest. So really only the first one is so far absolutely necessary.
Yep.
The last trap chest is a longsword, so you don't need to worry about any of the other trap chests in the tower.
Black.
Which means I'm now going to leave the tower, and I'm going to go do the trap chests in Sylph Cave, because we've got to do them.
Yeah.
And you are more equipped to actually deal with the tower boss.
Yep. After doing tower stuff, I'm going to go to the moon.
Let's go to the moon.
Today. You said the second trap chest was protect ring, though, right?
Sure.
Rat tail was the first one.
Yes.
That is worth, since I'm going to the tower anyway, that is worth getting. Is it in the second room?
Yes.
Okay.
Might as well actually equip those protect rings that I have. Ooh, wow, most of these items are actually kinda bad. Here, there, everywhere. Do I have anything better than iron for you? Nope. Nope. One of the other advantages of going and doing Sylph Cave chests is that it will get me some experience points, which I desperately need.
Do you remember which specific chest the protect ring's in?
It's the first chest on the next screen.
Okay.
Like, literally just the first one. Oh, I should have life-tricked that first Marble.
Baroboro?
Yeah, but there weren't enough characters, so it's not quite named that. Light sword. Not what I needed. Heal for me. There's a Zeus gauntlet. I'll take a Zeus gauntlet.
Where's the Zeus gauntlet?
Sylph Cave, first screen, one of the treasures to the right.
Okay. That was Artemis, which was not really worth it.
Sorry, I forget.
It's fine. I'm not opening a bunch of chests to find this protect ring. But, I mean, I'm not unhappy I have Artemis arrows now.
Those were all useless items. I hope I'm not on 1 HP here. Nope, I'm not. Good. That would have been bad.
That's a really good place for that to be. It's Bahamut.
Ah. Oh, for where typically the dark imps are?
Yep. This area has no health at all.
I did not mean to use Yang's kick there. That was useless. I was really just biding time until Quake Kid gets to cast his Quake.
Quake Kid's gonna cast his Quake.
I will say that kick was surprisingly more effective than I expected. Considering I expected literally nothing.
At least your expectations were reasonable.
As you can see, Quake is doing 3,000 damage to all enemies.
Quake is good. Quake's
It's
a
real
good
good.
spell.
Okay. Oh god, how am I going to explain where this is? Sylph Cave has adamant.
I'm gonna just look at your screen. Is what's gonna happen.
Got it? The
Yeah, I
chest
got
that
it.
I'm looking at. Okay, good.
So where am I going? That's wrong. South, west chest. Southwest chest. Okay.
So Adamant, normally in a speedrun of this randomizer, is not a very useful spell. However, in this, it is half of the crystal, so it is half of Goma.
It's the triplets at the top of the tower, by the way.
Okay. Oh, these trap tiles are just painful.
White spear is better than Gungnir, correct?
White spear is just better, yes. It's better than everything. To the person who's asking, yeah, it's basically IRL consensual stream sniping. Remember, boys and girls, consent is important. And this consent has been enthusiastically given by both of us.
Yep.
I'm giving a thumbs up, but nobody can see it.
No, they can't at all.
Yeah, not even Kemps. Even though we're in the same room, we are not. We are literally facing opposite walls.
Yep. So the Sandy, Cindy, and Mindy fights. The way it works is we really want Cindy to die. It's important because if she doesn't die, and the other two, if the other two die, she revives the other two of them,
which is heinous.
Yep. You can kill Mindy and then Cindy and leave Sandy alive. It's Crystal Glove, so not worth it at the top of the tower.
Okay. Oh, Toad Lady and 6 tiny toads.
Hope you can get off Quake.
We'll see.
Does that fight do anything if you kill the Toad Lady but leave the toads alive?
I have never done that, so I don't know the answer to that question. Yang is a toad right now. Of course I was talking about the stream sniping. What could you possibly imagine that I was talking about when I was discussing how important consent is, especially that it be given enthusiastically?
Yeah, stream sniping, obviously. Have you turned in the rat tail yet?
I have not.
Okay, I'm gonna go do that.
I mean, really, get your minds out of the gutter. How could you think such things of married men? I mean, really. Oh, God, that's what... Sorry, I've been, like, looking over at the chat and, like, not wondering why this battle hasn't ended yet. Palom got turned into a toad and didn't cast Quake. Like, why is this battle still happening?
It's Ribbon behind Tower Key. So that
fine.
Entire route is unimportant.
Okay.
Nope. Wrong. Turning in rat tail now.
You know, I am glad that we are entertaining people and, you know, keeping the humor going. Maybe that'll cover all the bad play mistakes I'm making. Right? That's how that works, right?
Rat tail is not worth it.
What is it?
It's a Dragoon shield.
Ugh.
Super not worth it. Unless you really want to get the rat tail out of your inventory. Going to the moon.
Alrighty. Grain spear, go away. Yeah, that, you know, doing this live commentary is just a way for me to cover up my bad play moves, you know. Give 'em the old razzle dazzle.
Yep.
Gotta love casting float 6 times. It's the best. By the best, I mean the worst.
It's here.
I do keep trying to throw the monsters back into the chest like I do with all of the other items that I don't want, but they don't go back into the chest, and it makes me sad every time. Except I do actually want to kill these monsters. Yeah, you know, it's better for me that they don't go back into the chest, but still, it makes me sad.
Any chance I can talk about a couple of incentives we've got coming up? Of
All
course.
yours.
All right, so the next game in the schedule after this is Dusk Child, which we met the incentive for, which is amazing. And after that, we have Action Hank. And for Action Hank, we have actually a bid war for the character skin. There are 11 different skins. I'm going to post a link in chat where you can see all the different skins. And there's a bid war for you to choose them. I personally suggest Rainbow Hank because, you know, pride. So there, I just posted the link in chat. Later in the evening, early in the morning, depending on your point of view, we have a Super Smash Bros. Brawl run to sort of celebrate the release of Smash Ultimate. And we have a game tag bid war as well. The only one so far is PUWP, which is amazing. But if you've got other ideas, get in there and let's try and raise a bit more money for the Trevor Project, an amazing charity.
Cool.
Sounds great.
You're gonna love this.
What?
Lunar Path was Magna Key.
Great. You're going to love this. You're going to want to look at my stream in just a moment as soon as I finish this battle, because the chest next to the one that I'm currently fighting has adamant armor in it.
Okay. I'm actually gonna go get that because I would like adamant armor on my Yang while I'm doing these moon bosses.
You do need to make sure that you protect your Yang.
Yep.
So it is the chest that I'm currently facing right now. Right now, it's that one. It's that one in the middle there.
Yep.
As adamant armor. Adamant armor, good. Adamant armor is the most powerful armor in the game, for those who are unaware, and does ridiculous things. In fact, I'm going to put it on Cecil right now, and I want you to see. Look, his defense 74, 157. It does a lot. Adamant armor also gives elemental resistances. It just does everything. And I'm putting it on Cecil for the moment because I want him to do lots and lots of damage to everything. There's a chance that for the Zeramis fight that I will take the adamant armor and put it on Yang. But for right now, Cecil is my main damage dealer and just needs to dish out the beats. Ooh, another strength ring. Darkness, cool. So aside from the adamant and the adamant armor, Sylph Cave is nothing else in Sylph Cave.
There was a protect ring. There was something in the very first chest that I know I wanted to get.
Sure. I will take your word for it. That's why I told you to be the one writing these things down.
Never mind. It's something you wanted, but not me.
Ah. So wait, we know that Dwarf Castle's not needed. No, that's right. I was going to go do the summon bosses down here in the Land of Summoned Monsters. And the trap chest in here that exists, and I totally didn't forget until this very moment.
Love you, dear.
Didn't happen. You can't prove a thing. And I'm not saying that one time when I was a featured runner in a community race where trap chests had key items that I the crystal was in this particular trap chest, and I lost because it went really, really badly. And I didn't come back to this trap chest until the very end as the very last thing that I checked. That didn't happen. No one can prove it. There isn't video evidence that I'm sure someone could find. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't give me a black sword. Good God, that's useless. There's also an Ashura summon in the Fey March.
Okay.
I don't think you need it, but, you know,
Yeah.
just FYI. This is another one of those moments where Quake shows that it's really good. It's just going to kill the whatever is left after my other character queue up there.
I don't know why I'm floating here, actually. I know where what chest I'm opening. That's wrong.
Quake kills too. You know, out of context, that sounds way worse. Someone should just create a thing. Out of context Rav. Wow, that is a useless chest. So don't... No, I think I have a white shirt. So the trap chest in Land of Summon Monsters is not worth it.
Okay.
It was a silver hammer. Like, not quite the most useless thing,
But pretty useless.
but not far off.
I really wish I had exit. You probably
Oh.
have exit.
No. Do you know when Rosa learns exit?
I know where Rosa learns it, but I'm pretty sure that Cecil learns exit somewhere.
He does. I love Cecil. Thanks for reminding me. Also, in literally every practice we've done, I have found Cecil and a crystal sword. I'm just sort of charmed. I don't know why. I mean, I know I'm charming, but you know. I'm
Don't
surprised they
know
haven't
that,
muted
yeah.
me yet.
I'm considering it.
Though.
Oh God, Mom, why? Why are you doing these things to me? This is awful. What did Rosa ever do to you? Oh, no, I can cast Berserk because he has the adamant armor on. Oh, God, I thought that was going to be a much nicer thing to have happen. Whoops. I kind of assumed that Cecil was going to absorb damage a little bit more robustly than he currently is.
I'm gonna go start doing Lunar Path. Not Lunar Path, Lunar
Subterranean.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am specifically not doing Bahamut because I know that you can do that when you get up there.
Okay. Oh God, Mom Bomb's gonna be a problem. And by going to be, I mean currently is actively an issue.
Yep. Well, no, that's not where I want to go.
But a Berserk Cecil with a Pocket Rosa is a thing. Please explode, don't kill me. Explode did 1 damage and 14 damage. Everything's fine. Mom Bomb's not a problem. What are you talking about? No one can prove a thing.
I know you hate Plague, but Mom Bomb is my least favorite boss. I really hate Mom Bomb. Like, unreasonably hate Mom Bomb.
And, you know, you are allowed to have your incorrect opinion.
Plague is not that bad. Plague is fine.
Plague is obnoxious. Alright, and then after this fight, I know this is going to be a real shock to you guys, but I'm actually going to go heal up and hope against hope that Yang is going to survive this life and will actually get this XP. Because for the Zeramis fight, I kind of don't care if Palom has XP.
Silent Staff is the first chest on the way to the lone
Cool.
thing, yeah.
The Mom Bomb is nothing. Well, not technically nothing. It's a Drain Spear, but no one cares.
I don't know why I didn't just cast Berserk on someone here. Pildim, what does Pildim counter things with?
Slow. Don't cast a spell on him.
Oh, I know that.
He counters with something awful. I forget if it's Glare or it's something along those lines.
Do you know if he counters summons?
I don't, in fact. You should find out.
I just berserked the one person I didn't want to berserk. Good job.
Did you berserk your healer?
Yep.
I shouldn't be laughing at your misfortune.
I mean, it's hilarious. It is
I-
absolutely hilarious.
I said shouldn't be. Didn't
Quake
say that I
is
wouldn't.
what he responds to summons with.
Oh.
In case you're wondering,
I appreciate you gathering information for science.
yep. Time to put heroin armor on Gridea.